look at the world. And we'll be looking at Just Like Us. That's the title, really. Looking at Just Like Us. The text we've been going through has been Hebrews 12. Hebrews 12. And I believe you've had a great night. You know, Nigerian time is 5 a.m. Woke up. And I just thank God for your life. Thank God that the power and the mercy of God woke you up in peace. And today will be a great day for you. You know, when you start a day with the Lord, with the word, something happens, especially when it becomes a habit. And God bless you. Hebrews 12, I'm going to read from verse 1 and 2. It says, wherefore, seeing also we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Let me just stay with that verse. The last time we were able to establish something very clear, you know, just one of the things we just got clear that looking at the preceding chapter, we saw the heroes of faith. And if we're not careful, by the time you look at these great men of faith, you see what God did to them, you become intimidated. And it can actually inspire you, or it can intimidate you. It can inspire you to move forward. And that's what God wants you to do. But if you look too deeply at times with the eye of sin consciousness, it will intimidate you, and you will feel that I can never be like Abraham, I can never be like that. You put them in a particular category that you can never attain to. Suddenly, you know, you begin to worship them, and you withdraw from the best of God that God has for you. And we saw clearly that it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Now, let's look at scriptures critically. And one of the things we'll quickly look at is, as we go down, it says that we saw it says that wherefore seeing also we are compassed about so great a cloud of witnesses. He said, we also, seeing also, wherefore seeing also we are compassed. That means that they were also compassed. That construction gives you the feeling that they also had a cloud of witnesses, just as we had a cloud of witnesses. There were those who had gone ahead of them, each one of them, and they were part of their cloud of witnesses, just as we also have our cloud of what? Of witnesses. What were those cloud of witnesses? Heavenly witnesses. You can say they are fans, you know what I mean? Spectators who cheering you up. Bro, rise up, man, you can do it, you know, like a football, like an athletic event. You know, the cloud of witnesses. But these are people who have gone through the same process you have gone through, and they're cheering you up. You understand what I mean? They're not just there to pull you down, they are there on your side. They're there to cheer you up as you run in your process, you know, as you run through the race. Say that, so if they needed a cloud of witnesses, that begins to tell you that they were just like us. If they needed people to cheer them up, if they needed to see the lives of men who have gone ahead of them to motivate them, that begins to tell you critically that the great giants of faith were just like us. And if you look at it critically, really, each of those lives, you realize that they were just like us, really. I mean, can you imagine looking at Abraham, the father of faith, powerful, awesome testimony. But as you look at that powerful, awesome testimony, don't forget the incidents in Egypt where he lied to protect his head. Don't forget what he did with Abimelech, where he lied. Don't forget what he did with Hagar. He couldn't even wait, just jumped on her. What am I saying? Abraham was a man just like you. Abraham was a man just like you. I'm not saying it to bring down Abraham. I'm saying that the greatness of any person, the greatness of any man is basically based on the resources of Jehovah, their submission to the power and the grace of God. It is not in them, it is in the Lord. It is not in them, it is in the Lord. Oh, they had traits that helped them, and the key trait that had helped them was that they submitted. Like Jacob, that fellow was so crooked. I mean, there are some things he did that some of you will never even think of doing. I mean, from the word go, he went and swindled his brother. His brother was hungry, about to die, and he told him, give me porridge, sell me your birthright. Who will do that? That person is me. That was Jacob. And that trait continued constantly throughout his life. You could see those traits. You could see those weaknesses. You could see what Reuben did. You could see the traits of the fathers of faith. Do you remember David? Some of you, even the very thought, if you had that thought, you would not even want anybody to know that you had that thought because you'd be ashamed. But that was the man after God's heart. Am I saying let's celebrate our weaknesses and failures? I'm saying let's celebrate the might and the power of God. He uses men in spite of it. And you don't easily disqualify yourself because you see a weakness there. Your qualification is of the Lord. Your qualification is not of you. So even when you see your failures, even when you see your weaknesses, bring it to the Lord. See yourself from the eyes of Jehovah. See yourself from the eyes, the way God sees you. If you see him, see yourself the way he sees you, you discover there is hope for you. Because he will never give up hope on you. He will always hold you on. He will always hold you strong. Look at Samson. That fellow almost missed it, if not for the mercy of God. And that mercy is extended to you today. Hold on to that mercy. Nobody ever failed because of their weakness. Every man failed because they did not make use of the mercy of God. Make use of that mercy. Submit to the dictates of God today, this morning, and He will do great and mighty things in your life. God bless you.